extremely outdoorsy people. We want to spend as much time outdoors as possible. We grew up that way. So we kind of wanted to make a extension of our living space out here. And that was the vision we had, was somewhere we could sit when it's nice and not raining, and a covered portion off the house that we could sit even if it was drizzling. After we decided to go forward with the project, we did a little bit of research on potential contractors. After we received 3 bids, Estridge being one of those 3, we decided to get one more from the company that we ended up going with first. The price that they quoted us wasn't the highest, wasn't the lowest, somewhere in the middle. So we thought we were safe there. We thought we would save a little bit of money not going with the most expensive. Ended up picking the company we went with, and it turns out you get what you pay for. And it was a hard lesson to learn. They started in October of last year, and it wasn't until, I want to say, January, February timeframe, they were only about halfway done, and what they had completed by then just was awful. They hadn't done what we expected, especially for the price we were paying, and we made the decision to move along from them. At that time, we went back to Chris at Estridge Carpentry and asked what he could do to help us out in our issue with the previous contractor. He came in and remembered the project, felt very sorry for us, the decision we made and where it had gone. But he ended up being able to quote the project that we wanted. But it was kind of like Superman. He came in, he was a hero for us. He wasn't able to use anything that the previous contractor had already put here, so it needed a full demolition. After we chose to go with him, his guys came in quickly. I mean, they were here, I want to say, probably within a couple weeks. Seeing that nightmare of a previous project go away automatically gave us, a calming feeling that we were starting from a clean slate. They came in and got to the point the previous contractor had gotten to after 4 months. They got there in probably 2 weeks. They were done. I don't know exactly how long it took them to get done, but it seemed like a blink of an eye compared to what we dealt with before. The whole process was fantastic. They worked in the rain. My other guys didn't. They didn't make excuses. They gave us exactly what we wanted. The materials they used were superior. We were extremely happy with what they chose to go with. With our, picking colors and stone and railing and all that, they were able to accommodate us pretty much on every level. A big issue I had with the previous company was I'd come home from work kind of excited to see what they had accomplished that day. I would come out and notice, they laid 10 deck boards. Pretty much it seemed like that's what they did in one day. Every day I came home during the project with Estridge, I was thrilled to see what was done. It was astonishing how much they had accomplished. And everything I noticed, I was remembering from the previous project, so I was very attentive to those details, and so were his workers. If there was anything that I noticed a little off, they were so quick to fix it. And I didn't have to ask often, but when I did notice something, it was almost immediately resolved. So as far as quality goes, yeah, I mean, it was no contest how much more attention to detail and quality Chris's group was. There was a question that we brought to him as far as the finish for the beams and the posts. We knew we didn't want bare wood. Our options were cedar, which turned out to be more expensive, would have cost us more money, and PVC, which is paintable, and it's little to no maintenance, and it's cheaper. So after some discussions with Chris, he steered us towards the less expensive, less maintenance, because he knew that's something we were interested in. We wanted little to no maintenance for the deck floor. That's why we went with a composite decking. We're really busy. We have 3 boys that are in a ton of sports. We don't have a lot of time to be sanding down wood and so on and so forth. So where he could have upsold us to cedar, which would have looked great, he ended up steering us towards a less expensive option. We were extremely happy with what they came up with as far as the design. They worked really well. We worked really well together on things that weren't designed at the beginning, the staircase, how that ended down at the bottom, and then to little details like adding the post cap lights, the low voltage post cap lights at the end. But it was something that they brought out as an option that, after thinking about it, yes, we would absolutely love lights on the post caps. It's a great idea. It adds something, something extra. Throughout the whole project, as I did touch on before, they were attentive to every question I had. There were questions on certain finishes that we hadn't picked out at the beginning, but there were allowances for the type of stone we wanted, the type of siding we wanted, the other finishes, the PVC versus cedar. Anytime I had a question, it was, you tell us what you want, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna take care of it. We wanted to make a space that was really, really nice, comforting, and to entertain. We like to entertain a lot, have friends over all the time, and it's a great space to be able to do that. And honestly, I don't have to recommend them to anybody that comes over here and sees this. Everybody that comes over and hangs out at our house, comes out here, is in complete awe. More than one occasion, we've been sitting out here with friends and they've said, it feels like we're just at a lodge in Gatlinburg, on vacation. And that's exactly what we were going for. Just a space that you're just happy to be there, we were extremely comfortable in anywhere we sit. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend them to anybody.